Hey guys, it is your boy, Cakes by Keon, and it is time for something new, baby, the branding. I am ready for something different. So today we will be talking about Daiquiri Factory, Cirque, Blue Seafood House, and of course, you can't do that without the owner, Keisha Matadin.
Me.
Okay, did I say that right?
You said it exactly right.
Oh, baby, because I said if I don't get this right, baby, Keisha is the queen of reading.
Well, you know, I am known to read from cover to cover, and sometimes they never recover.
So you guys, it is my pleasure to interview, I feel like, one of the who's of Atlanta. I feel like saying a black entrepreneur sometimes may be over the top, but if we as African Americans don't see other African Americans doing amazing things, it is hard for us to sometimes get to where we want to be. So Keisha, I want to know more of how you actually got started. Like, where did you come from?
Well, I came from Savannah, Georgia.
Okay.
Raised there, school there, graduated from high school there, attempted to go to college there, never finished. And, I got started in, an idea. My mother gave my sister and I an idea about business, and hey, after getting thrown out of college, I had nothing else to do.
Okay. So did you quit or you got thrown out?
I got thrown out.
Okay. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, gave me my walking papers and
Okay.
said, bitch, get out. I didn't believe them though. I'm like, y'all just trying to scare me.
And they was serious.
They were serious.
Wow.
I got my pink slip. It was green first, then it was pink.
And then you was just like, okay, fuck it.
I had no choice. They told me to get out, so I got out.
Wow. So once you did that, you're saying your mother gave you guys an idea.
Well, once I got back to Savannah, I was going to college here in Atlanta.
Okay.
I was going to Art Institute of Atlanta at that time. And,
Okay.
Once I got back to Savannah, your parents, they may let you lay around for, a week.
Mm-hmm.
But she said, when I leave, you leave too. We have to get out of here and find you a job.
Wow.
Matter of fact, your cousin going to a temp agency in the morning, and you need to be with him. And that's what started me on my, I guess, like really working.
Mm-hmm.
Not long after that, my mom gave my sister and I an idea about a delivery service. Everyone from Savannah knows about that WIC truck that I had for 6 years, and
Mm-hmm.
that was my first, I guess, journey into business. It was a whim. Sounded good to me, so I said, "Fuck it, why not? Let's try it." And surprisingly, made a lot of money and got into the nightclub business.
Wow. Okay, so your mother gave you a great idea about doing WIC vouchers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with that, you took it. Did you open a location? Did you have a location?
No, it was strictly delivery.
Delivery.
Yeah, I actually started from the WIC office first, hoping
Okay.
that they would come out with their coupons and just get their stuff.
Uh-huh.
But they were going home. They said, "So you'll bring it to my house for how much?"
Okay.
And it was free delivery.
Okay.
And when everyone found out it was free, they just strictly wanted delivery. So I just became just strictly delivery.
Wow.
Yeah, made some good money with that. Met a lot of great people, great people, and they actually helped me to get to where I am, to be who I am today. Thank you, Savannah.
Okay. So basically, do you agree that the small things that you do with your WIC vouchers of meeting great people was a good idea, not only because you made a lot of money, but you met great people, and then from that you started building a clientele for everything that you started?
Well, yes. I met great people, but you also learn, empathy too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like not everything is what it seems to be. Sometimes people are so quick to judge other people based on what they think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I was there. I saw some people probably 2-3 times a week. More kids they had, the more I saw them a week. And you realize it's not just what it seems. There are a lot of things that went into that was going on that I was able to witness, I was able to experience, and was able to make these folks my friends.
Wow.
You know, and learn not to judge anyone
Right.
for anything, for any reason.
Wow. So once you got that going in Savannah, that made you a lot of money. And what after that, because me as an entrepreneur, we get bored. We're ready for the next thing.
Right.
So what came next?
Well, I always wanted to get into the nightclub business. I don't know
Okay.
what it was about the nightclub business. Maybe because my father was in a band, you know, and had us around music all the time. But I always had this thing about nightclubs. And I didn't know what kind of nightclub I wanted until I faced some discrimination. Not just me, it was like the blacks in Savannah faced some discrimination at a bar called Wet Willie's.
Okay.
Sound like Wet Willie's. How about Net Hillies? How about that? You know, they didn't want our black asses up in there like that. There was no blacks working in the front, no blacks working as far as bartenders. There were no black bartenders, no servers, no nothing. They had a Wednesday night that they called Working Women's Wednesday that they, had discount daiquiris, and that became Black Night.
Okay.
I remember there was a petition taken up, and we were asking, can you at least play some music to kind of cater to the clientele that's there. This was in 1990.
Okay.
And they basically said, fuck y'all.
Wow.
You know, like literally, you know, we're not changing our thing. We don't give a fuck. So just then, the light bulb went off in my head that if I open up a club, I want a daiquiri club. Not even a daiquiri bar, a daiquiri club.
Okay.
And that's why I said, I know what kind of club I want. I want something, I want to compete against them because fuck them. They didn't care about the black money. And I'm like, fuck y'all. And that's how Frozen Paradise came into play.
Now, I'm listening to you, and I know that I think my biggest way of pushing my business, I love to compete with people in my head. They might not even be competing with me.
They didn't even know I existed, so
Right.
I understand, yes.
Yeah.
I was nobody.
So I'm listening to you, and you're saying basically like, oh, I'm going to come up, and I'm going to get y'all,
Right.
I'm going to get y'all business.
Everything is
I'm
a big
get y'all
old
shit,
fuck
man.
you to Wet Willie's. Fuck you. Everything I am is because of you.
Yeah.
And thank you.
And that's how I am. I feel like I compete with myself, but in my head I'm competing with others, and that always keeps us going. Because really, who you are now, what you have already accomplished, is no one doing what you're doing.
Because they don't understand why I do it. You have to understand. You have to have the passion. There has to be a reason for why you're doing it. There has to be a passion. It doesn't matter whether you're Cakes by Keon and you're baking great cakes, cupcakes, everything. Even with your own store, you have a reason as to why you're doing it. I was speaking with the cameraman who was telling me about his rhyme, his reason for his I don't even know if it was motivation, but you know his dreams were. And I asked him what did he have a name for what he wanted to do? He had his name, and it was something he was interested in since college. And you know, when I ask someone a question, I want to know, you know, is it your idea? Because if it's your idea, you're gonna have a reason for why you're doing it. When the person that says, I don't know why I came up with the name, you just stole it from somebody else. You know, you don't know why you just like the name.
Right.
It's not your idea. You're a thief of ideas. So when someone gives me an explanation as to why they're doing this, why did you choose this name, why, you know, what's the motivation, then I'm like, okay, that's good, that's real good. He didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
But, you know, I like to see. I like to understand other people, their motivation, what their dreams are, you know, what makes them tick, you know, what makes them move.
Definitely. So, sounds like you started building your groundwork, and you got from the WIC voucher, then you went to Frozen Paradise. How many spots did you own in Savannah? Clubs?
Oh man, I had 3 of them.
Okay.
Then we had like little partnerships as well, but 3 solid ones that really did well. You know, that none of the 3 competed with each other at all. They both held their own.
Okay. And then what do you think you guys did, like, to get celebrities into your spots that you just learned how to play the game?
Well, the thing was when I opened up Frozen, I was 29, 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like very similar in age to everyone who was coming to my club.
Mm-hmm.
So the music that they enjoyed, I enjoyed it too. What I did notice that the other clubs in Savannah were bringing, you know, no offense to them, but they were bringing like Alexander O'Neal and Sherelle. They were bringing old school acts that nobody wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I prided myself on being the first to bring artists to Savannah to a club that were on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
But it was something I got turned on to as well. Now, there was a radio station, I can't remember what the station was, but Marie Kelly and her boyfriend was the first artist. And, you know, it was called they were called Top Secret. They were out of Miami. They had a song called Lap Dance Tabletop. And, you know, I was very green to the whole club scene. You know how you have a dream, you want to do it, but you don't know shit about it. You're like, I want to do this though. I'm just gonna open this thing up. So I didn't know shit about it, but you know, as I got a hold of the club, got a hold of the alcohol sales, got a hold of everything, it's a natural progression for any club owner that if you're really interested in your business, it's a natural thing for you to progress on to other things. Just like you went from selling cakes and desserts from your home, the natural progression was for you to eventually get your own space. Yeah. Right? My natural progression was not only having a club, but eventually throwing shows. Now, I didn't know that was my natural progression, but it became that, you know. So Marie Kelly and her boyfriend, they were the managers of this radio station, and they bought Top Secret. Now the thing was, well, I didn't know this was illegal at the time, so excuse me, you know, it was a long time ago. But you know, they had the artists, they wanted to bring it to my club, and they wanted the door. So I said, okay, well, the day I had an off day, which was either Wednesday or Thursday. I think it might have been a Thursday. Yeah, because I think we were only open on Friday and Saturday at that time. So they had this group that they brought in for free. They got them for free out of Miami. They wanted to my club. They had the whole door, and they made so much money. I'm like, I gotta get into this. So how y'all did this? What y'all did with this? So I learned. You know, it's about being self-taught. It's about watching other people and you know, seeing someone else doing it and figure out how you wanna, I guess, do it. Just, I guess do the same thing. Yeah. But maybe your own way that you do it. So that's what happened. So after that, right there, I was very interested in bringing artists, and after that, I just got into the whole promoting thing, and we had everyone you could think of, with the exception of we never had Puff Daddy or Jay-Z. And I remember he was coming down. He was coming down one weekend from Atlanta. He got a call. He was gonna come down, but it wound up canceling. And I don't know. I missed the call first, and when I finally did call back, it was rerouted. But you know, but during that time, the '90s, we had everyone. You know, everyone that was hot. And Atlanta had the hottest artists. Atlanta had it going on. You know, everyone from the South we had.
So, what made you transition from, if you got these clubs and you got everything and you're promoting and you got artists on lock, what would make you leave all of that to say, I'm coming to Atlanta to do something?
Well, you know, sometimes when you grow up somewhere, you get, you know, you want a change of scenery. You know, I grew up in Savannah, Georgia. I also felt as though I didn't know as much as I wanted to know. You know, everybody there was running, you know, bootleg. You know, if you had a club, it was a bootleg. Now, you know, nobody was paying taxes. You know, so and I remember my ex-husband and I, we bought our first house. And we literally had, you know, $150,000 to put down on it, but it was under the bed. You know, we didn't even know how to put money in the bank. Wow. We were green. We brought it into the bank, and they were like, "Oh my God!" You know, we said we got $150 to put down. They're like, "Okay, what account are we pulling it from?" Right. But there was no account. It was under the bed. It was a bed account. It was a mattress account. We literally pulled $150,000 from under the mattress and brought it into the bank, and they laughed at us. Wow. Yeah. So I didn't want to die not knowing everything. I want to know as much as I can. I like knowledge. I want to understand. And I felt as though coming to Atlanta, I was going to get more knowledge. Now I didn't know that when I got here, nobody knew shit here either. Ooh,
was a whole lot of things going on.
Yeah. So, but I got the knowledge because there were a lot of people here from other cities. You know,
Yeah.
I had to learn that. You know, these motherfuckers coming in from Detroit and Chicago will rob your ass. So it's like everybody had tricks. So
Yeah.
my knowledge came from trying to figure out what trick you about to put on
Yeah.
me. You know, so
Wow.
I had to learn. I had to get it together. And I also was inspired by other people who did have a little bit more knowledge to put me in the right direction. Now I always say when I got here, I was still full of tricks and treats too. Now I try to buy a house,
I'm sure.
and they'll be like, "Bitch, are you crazy?" Well, it look like you're living well, but what you seem to be filing looks like you should not have anything right now.
Right.
So I quickly learned to just do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you came to Atlanta, and then you opened one of the, even though it seemed maybe to you as a small spot, it was one of the biggest spots in Atlanta. I don't even think it was another daiquiri place in Atlanta when you came.
Well, actually, I mean, Ted Nitty's just opened up.
Oh, so they had just opened
They
up.
just opened up a few months before.
But
over there off of Piedmont.
Yeah.
What Willie's did, and I saw.
But the crowd they were bringing, it
Well-
ran people off.
Well, I think that the person that they eventually franchised out to, who was a black guy, I know he didn't know the history.
Mhm.
Contrary to what people may believe, the first location of what Willie's was in Savannah, Georgia, not Miami, Florida. It was Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with buying into an idea or franchise if you understand it and you want to be with it. But the thing was, I understood them. So when you buy into a franchise, basically you're stuck with the franchise rules.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so if I wanted to buy into cakes by Keon, if Keon said this, that, and the third, I have to abide by the rules and the regulations. These are what it is. I can't do anything else. So in essence, they had his hands kind of locked. Now I was jealous every time I rolled by because he opened up about 3 to 6 months before I opened up the daiquiri factory. About 6 months. And I was sick. Every time I rolled by, I was like, "Oh my God, look at that crowd! That's supposed to be my money."
Right.
But in due time, they didn't understand the business, and once you start putting a charge on there, once you start putting telling people it's a 2-hour wait, I'm sorry, 2-hour minimum, and every place to sit down it's going to cost you to sit down on a regular table. You have to be spending $20 to sit down.
Yeah.
No hats, all these regulations.
Yeah.
Like people don't have to deal with you. People don't understand that no one has to deal with you. Anyone that comes to you, they're choosing to come to you. They don't have to come to you. They're choosing to spend their money with you.
Yes.
And when you treat people as though you are the shit that you have no choice, they're going to show you that there's a choice.
Yeah.
So when the daiquiri factory opened up, I was not under franchise rule.
Right.
So I could do whatever I want to do. Yeah, you want wear your hat? Come on in with your hat on. You got your pajamas on. You live upstairs across the street.
Yeah.
Walk your ass over here with your pajamas on and get yourself a daiquiri and sit up here with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy you one. We're gonna get two up together. And it's I guess it's just an environment that was created. Whether I helped to create it or the customers or maybe all of it. It was something that was created that everyone enjoyed, and I enjoyed it for almost a decade. Yeah.
Yeah. And I did notice that, like, you as a owner.
That's where I met you.
As an owner of a location, I can't say that I've ever been to another spot that was as successful as a daiquiri factory, where the owner was actually there, where people actually knew the owner and felt like they knew the owner, and the owner actually brought them in. Or called, what people don't get is, you may call me, "Oh, come," and I'm like, "Well, I got 5 friends." You might be like, "Yeah, bring them too." And people don't get that brings more people. Every time they bring more people. Every time I bring someone to your new location, I could come back the next day, say with you, "Hey, they come with 5 open." I'm like, "What? Y'all didn't tell me y'all was coming."
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So
he's petty like that, and he's very petty. I cannot meet you today and you sit him in my shit without him tomorrow with other people. He's very, very petty.
Yes. So I think you do really well with that. Just making sure that everybody is home. And I think you make them feel like they're home. They're not really spending money with you. They're just home. They're enjoying a good time. And I think that's what keeps your business growing. So the next thing would be, I guess the daiquiri factory was just too small for you. You had to go bigger.
Well, I would say this. It wasn't like it was small. What I saw was this, you know, because I was there all the time. I saw that there were, you know, some of my customers, you know, wanted to go to a show before they went out, and the factory did not necessarily fit their look. You know, being dressed up, and you know, you're on a date. You know, you got things going on, and you sit over here at the factory. You know what I'm saying? We get the date all dressed up, you all dressed up, and you know the factory is what it was. Yeah. And so, because I was there a lot, I spoke with those customers. Like, oh my God, you know, I want to come here. You know, we're going to so and so. But you know how the factory is. You know, I'm all dressed up. You know, I have seen that. I have seen them dressed up in there. You know, gowns and all kind of shit, and I've seen it. It didn't look right to me. You know, people bought their dates there, you know, all dressed up. So as I understood more about Atlanta, and I noticed that Atlanta was not like Savannah. Savannah is like black and white, you know. If you try to divide the, I guess, upper class blacks appeal to one class, you're gonna lose money. You know, Savannah's not that big that you could do that. As I got to Atlanta, I learned that Atlanta's large enough. You can divide everyone up. Atlanta's large enough that you can have everything for everyone. And then they're all crowded. So what I wanted to do with Cirque, I saw that I had a group that, you know, that wanted to be, you know, a little extra, you know. And so when I opened up Cirque, that was my intention. For it to be, you know, let me get my little grown folks up in here. And I eventually Cirque turned into what it turned into, which is like, you know, a hell of a goddamn restaurant, bar, everything, club.
Okay, like a big daiquiri factory.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, you know, your customers determine what you're going to be. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you do, your customers going to make it into what they want to make it into. And if you want to make the money, you listen to them. Okay? And Cirque has turned into what it is. It's a go-to spot in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm very, very grateful to the customers that come through.
So you got the daiquiri factory, and then you saw that the Cirque location was available to be leased out, and you saved some money, and you
obviously not enough because I ran out of money. Now I'm about to get broke.
So you felt like you had enough money to get the Cirque. Now, did anything happen from you going to the Cirque, getting the lease, having enough money? What happened? Did you lose the money? Did you almost lose the spot while you was trying to get it together?
Well, I can't lose the spot because I have a lease. You know, so they can sue me for. But well, Cirque, I had the opportunity to get Cirque a couple times. You know, the first time, you know, what people understand is that, you know, you have some strikes against you. Being black and then also being a woman, you know. Blacks, they're not trying to lease to you like that. You know, you gotta have your shit together. But if it's an individual owner, you probably have a little bit more leeway from an individual owner as opposed to going through a company to lease it, you know. So I was at the bottom of the totem pole being black and a female. So when I first tried to get it, they actually, they didn't want to go with me. They went with some guys, and some guys tore it up, ran out of money, and then they brought it back to me. I think it was a piece of shit. When it was nothing, it looked like shit. Then they were like, "Hey, Keisha, you still want that spot? You know, you still."
Wow.
When I saw it, it was torn. It was a fucking mess.
Wow.
But I took it, and I was able to negotiate a better price just based on it looking like shit. Now, based on looking like shit, I wound up overspending. You know, everything was wrong with it. And eventually I ran out of money. So another rule in business is you think you have enough money, but you don't.
So
ran out.
You know I'm messy.
What's up?
So let's get into that. So you actually ran out of money.
Yes.
So you ran out of money.
I was about to lose Cirque and the daiquiri factory. I was about to lose it all. I remember standing up in Cirque, looking out the window, crying on the phone, telling me, "I don't have any money. I ain't got no more money."
So you ran out of money.
I was hysterical.
So what does ran out of money look like? Like, what did you start off like? You walked in with how much?
About 700,000.
700.
720 some thousand.
And then you ran out of debt.
There was by the time I took my hard money loan, which is basically you went to a loan shark.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you went to
a hard money lender. I need that money hard.
Okay.
And so they approved me for 300 and something. Now, you know, when you go to a hard money lender, which is no one should ever in a million years go to a hard money lender unless you know you're about to win the lottery, or you know something about to come in for real, you can pay it off. But don't ever go to a hard money lender. So so when I started pulling money, they started pulling. So although I was approved for 3, I probably got maybe 100, but I still owed them like damn near double what I borrowed. So I was approved for 3. I damn near had to pay back $600,000. And as they were pulling, I could never catch up. It's like being on a merry-go-round that you cannot get off, and I could not get off of it.
Wow. So now the word on the street, because I wasn't your employee, is that you had to start changing the dates for the paycheck.
Hell yeah.
Because they was bouncing.
Some shit was bouncing like crazy.
Word on the street, because I was not your employee. I kind of barely knew you. But people were saying that they worked there and that you were basically moving the dates around every week because the checks were bouncing. Their paycheck was bouncing.
Well, some of it was true.
Okay.
I moved their pay date from Friday to Monday.
Okay.
Because on Friday, what little money I had was gone by Friday.
Okay.
Okay. And before I let my staff not make any money, my creditors won't make the money.
Okay.
So I wanted to make sure that on Monday, everything you made on Friday and Saturday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday goes into that account. So everyone's account is like the fattest on Mondays.
Well, yes.
It's fat on Monday.
Yeah.
Friday is depleted. You can look at your bank account; it's depleted.
Yeah.
So that's the truth. I had to move my shit around to make sure my staff got paid and they can pay their own bills. Okay. It's not their fault that I overspent, or that the building was in disarray, and I want to make sure I kept it together. I want to make sure they got paid, make sure that people continue to be proud of what I have achieved. I want to make sure that I'm still a role model, that people see them doing this. Now, I will say this. Now, I found out who my friends were during that time. I was in debt up to my eyeballs, and my eyebrow came out. My eyebrow, I was literally like,
wow. Yeah,
that shit was thinning out. I had like a missing piece in my eyebrow. I could not even see straight. But like I said, I was hysterical in the window one day talking to my credit, which was ARF Finance. So, okay, ARF were the ones that gave me the money, but I literally had a fucking meltdown
you ain't playing
in the window
with these people.
and said, I can't afford it.
So now, people that know me know that I call you like my mentor. And I will agree that when I heard you tell me the story, in the back of my head, I was like, well, if you're doing all this and you supposedly that messed up, you were still driving a Bentley.
That's what they said.
You had an Escalade.
You ain't broke. Yes.
So why you didn't sell them?
Well, because the Bentley, I eventually was able to pull money up out of it. You know what?
Okay.
Bentleys and those extra kind of cars, they're worth money. So if you don't lease it, you actually pay it off. It's actually an asset. So what I wound up doing was, that Bentley had that thing for 10 years. Actually. Okay. So it was paid off at least 5 years ago. Okay. But the body style doesn't change that much, so everything still look new.
So the people in Atlanta, we thought it was new.
Yeah, but me and everybody, you ain't broke. Every time I said, I don't have any money. You ain't broke. You got a Bentley. Like, child, if you knew me, that shit would have been traded in years ago. But I'm still riding around this old shit here. This shit. But no one believed that I was broke, and but I'm gonna tell you, I had great friends who actually bailed my ass out. My best friend Mignon lent me 10 grand
Okay,
my
so so basically, you got the hard money, and you basically saying you still couldn't pay. So now the employees messed up.
I paid, but I couldn't pay. Now my broke is different from everybody else broke. Now
Right.
business,
So you could pay. So let me correct that. You could pay, but you was still messed up.
Correct.
The employee stuff was messed up. The Cirque location was messed up, and you were still trying to pay the loan. So then at this point,
Well, the Cirque was doing all right.
okay,
Cirque was all right. The only reason it could have been, I guess, messed up is because the money that I was supposed to be making was going out to pay the hard money loan.
okay,
So Cirque actually was doing well.
okay.
But I couldn't see it because the money went out the window. Now during the summertime, everything actually was all right. I was able to pay everything back. But wintertime, when you lose that patio, just like at the factory, you lose that patio, and you're just stuck with these walls inside, and the walls don't grow. I was fucked up, So that's when I had my meltdown in the window. Okay, but like I said, I knew who my friends were.
Okay.
My best friend Mian lent me 10 grand. My mama gave me 10 grand. Lotman, my husband, gave me 8 grand. My stepson gave me 15 grand.
Wow.
My landlord at the daiquiri factory gave me 50 grand. Thank you, Jack Arroghetti. Thank you. I will always love him.
Wow.
I was a great tenant.
Wow.
And then my homegirl in Savannah, Georgia, Claudia Clark, thank you, Claudia Clark, gave me a nice little loan for $125,000. And with all of them pulled together, I was able to get out of that. I was able to get out of that.
Wow.
Okay. Once I paid that debt off, I said, God, if I can just get to January with a positive account, I know I'll be all right. So that January, I came in January with like $6,500. And that's nothing to most people that's in business, but I had nothing. And I knew that if I came there with a positive cash flow, I was gonna be all right. So in January when I got there, and it was like, I had maybe $6,300. By September, I had $2 million.
Wow.
I knew my potential. Not quite, maybe 1.8. I just rounded off the $2 million. But I knew what my potential was. I knew I went from 0 to coming into January, 6,500, and then by September, had almost $2 million that I saved just based on me being able to get rid of that debt. So I paid everyone off.
Ooh.
Paid them off. My best friend first, that's my girl. She ain't got 10 grand just to give me. Now my landlord, I could wait because you got 50 grand to give me, so I appreciate you, so you could wait on yours.
That is.
But everyone who gave me 10 grand, 15, 8,000, they didn't have it like that to give it to me, so they gave me what they could. So those are the ones I paid off first. Now the bigger the money you gave me, you're gonna wait, you're gonna get it though.
Yeah.
And they knew that, I'm not gonna turn around and just give you 50 grand back. So it took me about 2 years, maybe a year and a half to pay Jack back, my landlord at the factory. And Claudia, she worked at the bank, so she worked, she was on the interest. She don't care about that. As long as you pay this shit back with this interest, you okay. So I was all right, and I've been okay since then. So I like telling the story because everyone thinks it's all good, and it's not all good. Everything that goes up eventually will have to come crashing down to the ground.
And I'm surprised because some people would give up. Because you was in a tight spot. I'm talking about tight. That's a tight spot. But you really just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. And so you basically went from Decker Factory to the Cirque. And then once you got to where you want to be, here comes the blue. I don't even see how you are able, because sometimes I mention this, I'm like, you had a home for like $1 million and something. I'm like, why you want something else? You're like, why not? And just the type of person that you are, when people hang around you, it makes them want more.
Well, it's supposed to. Once again, if you're the smartest, as you've heard before, if you're the smartest person in your group, then you need to find another group.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna worship your word, and you're not gonna ever grow.
Yeah.
You're not gonna ever have anything. You know, you're gonna be stuck right where you are. So I like to learn. So you know, every time when I did get approved for the house, remember earlier I told you I was trying to get a house during the recession time. They said, bitch, no, do you see that you're not reporting any taxes?
Right.
So anytime I got approved for anything, it's like, I cannot believe it. I'm like, God, I'm doing the right thing. I'm like, God, they approved me. So I'm shocked.
Yeah.
And people like, oh, bitch, you knew you was gonna get. I'm like, but I truly do not know. I didn't know I was gonna get approved. Like, I am. Wow. Thank you, God. Blue was just, you know, I don't know. Maybe it was just the fact that, you know, you have money now. So now you want to do something like, well, I want it done like this. And, you know, I have enough money, I can get this done, and I can decorate it like this, and you know, but no matter what, you know, God's gonna still test you, you know, and nothing's gonna be the way you envision it. You still growing. Every time you grow, it's not gonna be the way you want it to be. You have to grow into that, you know, and a lot of people don't understand that you have to grow into that. You know, it's never gonna be right.
And you know, I noticed that you as a black entrepreneur, as a black woman, do you feel that sometimes the African American consumers put more on you than they put on other races?
Absolutely. You know, I've never gone to Papa Do's and had anyone say, "Can you change the music?" But everybody going to black restaurants and say, "Can you change the music?" I never went to Papa Do's and I ever heard anyone say, "Can I talk to the owner?" But you know, my black folks be going to black-owned restaurants and say, "I need to talk to the owner. I need to talk to somebody." No one talks about human resources. It's always the owner. I'm sure they want to talk to you. Right. If I'm there, I don't mind talking. You know, but yeah, you know, we do put a lot on each other. I think sometimes we do tend to give white restaurants or white businesses a pass because it's expected for them to have some shit, not for us. So when we get some shit, it's always you know, a lot of times it's like, we want to see the owner. Can you change the music? You know. Can you turn up? Turn up.
Yeah. Someone was
is there a dance floor?
Someone mentioned to me that they felt that African Americans don't understand that our counterparts had years before us to open businesses and get it right. And we're just now getting into it. But we want to be the first one to tear your ass down. We don't want to acknowledge that you just opened up yesterday or last month. We want to just say, shut it down. If I can give you 0 stars, I would. Yeah,
throw the whole business away. You know, and it's terrible because you don't do that to white businesses. Other whites don't do it to white businesses, but you do it to black businesses. Throw the whole thing away. Oh my God, it took so long, but you know good and well we just opened up yesterday. A month ago, 2 months ago, we just opened up. Why I don't have the same break that you give everybody else? So my supporters are the ones who come to support me, not the ones who write shit, you know what I'm saying? Supporters are your supporters. I'm in business because I have supporters. You're in business because you have supporters. The ones who hate you gonna hate you because they fucking hate you. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. But just be the best owner that you can be.
I remember when you opened the Blue, I think that, because I don't know if I was at the grand opening for Cirque, but I was there for Blue, and it was so packed. So packed. You had a great live band, and you had Kiki Wyatt come out and sing.
Yes, thank you, Kiki.
And so many bad reviews. But we sat at that table, we were like, just give it time. And it's not even, has it been 6 months? You've been open 6 months?
No.
You now have a line outside.
Yes.
So regardless of,
you must, yes.
They didn't
you must believe in
you.
yourself. You must believe in yourself. Because the ones who believe in you, they don't do that. They just come on and they come and support you every day. Every week, every other week. Don't be discouraged by someone who hates your guts. You know, I remember there's an article, this woman that has a slutty vegan, and I think someone tried to take her business down. They was trying to write terrible reviews, and she went and appealed to her customers, let them know what was going on. And the reviews You know, they came in like gangbusters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I really applaud her for doing that. You know, I'm like this. You know, I applaud her. I guess that's not my tactic. If you want to do some shit like that, that's something you have to deal with yourself, with God, you know, with just life, you know, and you pray to God that, you know, what goes around comes around. You just pray to God that, well, you better hope and pray it doesn't happen to you, but karma is a bitch now.
Yeah.
So when you leave that review, you know, just know that when it's your turn to be in business, don't be upset.
Yeah.
It will happen. What goes up always comes down. And it's up to you whether you go up again. It's up to you. But I don't get, you know, discouraged. You know, it hurts my feelings. It 100% hurts my feelings. But it makes me stronger also. I'm all right. I'm cool. You know, I'm all right with it.
And I guess probably my last question for this interview would be, why do you give so many African American entrepreneurs chances? Like if they have something that would help you, whatever it is, or if it would go well with your business, you are really pushing for Black entrepreneurs. I sit with you a lot and I see that you're always trying to connect with somebody to see them do great. And it's good that you are very direct. You're not gonna sugarcoat it with them. I heard one person say, I got $10,000. You was like, baby, that ain't no money for no business.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
You just sit
And
down
we
and
need
save
that.
another 140.
Yeah. We
with that.
need that because if we don't have it, we kind of open ourselves for failure.
Well, sometimes, you know, if you never had 10 grand in your life and all of a sudden somebody left you 10 or you were able to save 10, you think you done saved $1 million. But if you never had $100 or $1,000, you think that 10 grand, oh my God, you probably looking at your account every day like, I got $10,000 in here, oh my God, I'm rich. You buy a car that's gone.
It's gone.
10 grand don't even pay for your liquor license.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it's 10 grand, a little under 10 grand. That's it. 10 grand can't do anything unless you're doing a t-shirt business or, you know, maybe you open up a hookah business, not a restaurant or club, but like a hookah service.
Okay.
You can buy your hookah stuff with that. But 10 grand is nothing unless you just gonna start small. Something online, something that you're providing a service. You know, washing cars, you gotta buy equipment. You know, once again, hookah, you gotta buy equipment. Anything you have to buy equipment for, but not anything brick and mortar.
And you know, I noticed that you're really self-made. And if there's a position or a person that would come into your business and you could feel like you can't control it, or you could really, basically you couldn't control it, you wouldn't kind of go for it because you must have the control to make sure that your business is on the up and up.
Well, if you know you've been baking cakes for a long time, and someone comes to you and say, "Hey, I want to get into your business," and you know, I got this money, it has to be done one way. You know, you have to control it. If your name is on it, if you are affiliated with it, it has to be some kind of control. You know, and for me, I need the control.
And I say that to say, knowing you for, I guess, about 10 years now, you took the chance on me to not only just let me provide desserts for your restaurant.
Of course.
To put my name on your menu.
I told you, I got you. I love to see other Black businesses thrive. You know, I love that. You know what I'm saying? It's just the bomb. And you the bomb.
Yeah.
And I see you.
I know, I'm like trying to make sure I don't, because to connect with someone who is a multi-millionaire, who has multi-million-dollar businesses, I know how they move. Just being around you, you see how they move, and that has made me grow mentally in my business.
But I can lose it all.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, one bad move, it's over. You know, I'm more cautious now, but also I'm aware of the fact that I can lose. You know, as we make money, we have everyone has their thing. You know, some people are like, oh man, my bank account is below $1,000. I ain't lending nobody nothing.
Yeah.
As you make money, oh, my bank account below 50 grand.
Yeah.
You make money. If my bank account below $100,000, oh, I'm broke. I'm fucked up. You might as well just close it. You know, as you make money, it's like you know, your everything grows. So mine may be a little bit higher now, but it always started from 1,000 to 5,000, 20 grand. I don't know, everything went from, you know, oh my God, I can't believe I have 10 grand in my account. God, I'm rich. Walking around here paying for drinks. Oh yeah. I got this. Yeah, I got you.
Wow.
But I like to see other black people succeed because I know that most of us did not come from a background that our parents or our family had any businesses at all. And so, you know, of course I was one of them. And everything I had to learn on my own. And so I like to support other folks because I never had the support. I had to figure it out on my own. And I'm still figuring it out. I still am, you know. I'm still making mistakes, but I'm still trying to do the best that I can to, every time I grow, you know, you grow, you know, or I show other people, you can have this as well. And you know, I done talked to probably everybody, you know, a lot of folks in Atlanta, Georgia, who've eventually gone on to get their own restaurants, bars or whatever, and have become inspired, and I love that. And I'm always here to answer whatever questions that they may have, or anyone has. I love it. You know, we all have a mission in life, and you know, this is my mission to be that black bitch to open up some shit and doing it by myself. For you to say, this yours by yourself? Yeah. By yourself? You just yours by yourself.
You know, I always wonder, like, what would make you cry? Because I've seen you shed a tear.
I told you I cried when my money was fucked up. I was told I was in the window crying. I just told him I was crying in the window with my eyebrows on.
So much stuff. I've seen you, only time I've seen you shed a tear when it was just something involving your business. But even when your mom passed, you just always have been so strong. Like I always tell people that come with me or have a business, I say, I'm telling you, this lady is a beast. She's a vulture. If you feel like you can get anything past her, you just give it up. And you show them every time, they be like, they leave just mind blown. So I do appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule, because you have plenty of places you could be making money. But you decided to sit down and do this interview.
Well, you told me this is what you wanted to do, and I'm always here for you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm always here for you.
Yes.
If nobody else, I'm always here for you.
Yes. So. And I appreciate you. And you guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will definitely see you soon.